So first off on the agenda for Count Geofré here is to get married. There really weren't any amazing options for alliances, so we are gonna go with long-term benefits of having a good congenital trait. So I found Cécile here. She is a French low-born girl and we will marry her because she is quick. We will not get any alliances for this, but she will help us ruling our lands at least, and hopefully our children can be quick or intelligent, even better. That's that, and we're gonna go about getting alliances by marrying off our siblings, because we have 3, I think, in marriageable age, and they are all unmarried. Our current heir is our brother, but we want children of our own to continue our house and the struggle for Iberia. So let's take a closer look at who Count Geofré is. He is shrewd, that is good. He's quick. He's a rough terrain expert, which will definitely come in handy if we go to war up in the Pyrenees here, the mountains. He's a skilled tactician. As a person, he is patient. It means he won't rush into situations. He will consider things carefully and let things take its time before he acts. He is also just. It's self-explanatory, I think. If he's in a situation where there is a choice that would be beneficial for him, but it's not what he considers the right and just thing to do, he won't do it. He will try to judge justly. He's ambitious, so we are going to try to increase our power, and he's vengeful, which means that he's holding grudges. If you do him wrong, he's gonna come after you. And the people that have done him wrong, according to the description when we started, are the French, or at least the Duke of Toulouse, and this man here, he's an Occitan, so he's from up here in France, and he's now ruling us, and we don't really like that. We're Catalan, and there should be a Catalan in charge of the Duchy of Gothia. That's us, so we are gonna see about replacing him as the Duke as soon as we can. He is currently much stronger than us, but there are a couple of things we can do to level the playing field. So we are a part of France currently, and we would probably try to become independent, and so that we can better take part in the struggle for Iberia. So independence is on the agenda for further down the line. Let's take a look at our lifestyle. He's a martial man, and we should continue with martial, I think. Let's choose chivalry focus. And like I said, our long-term goal is to go for the détente ending, which means a peaceful solution to the struggle for Iberia. So let's see if we can learn some Arabic maybe from our neighbor here. 68% chance, that's alright. And there's a new thing in this flavor pack, a befriend scheme. So, and I was looking at, I think it was the third son of the Sultan of the Umayyads, He is Prince Abd al-Rahman ibn Muhammad. He's 19 years old, and can we be friends with him? There's a 45% chance. Oh, but it will abandon my scheme to learn language. So let's learn Arabic first, and then see if we can make some friends down here when we've done that. And at the moment we do have a claim to the duchy, some other claims, but at the moment our liege, the Duke, is much stronger than us, so we are gonna start a faction as a claimant. This is me, I have a claim. And if we can get this to 100, we can press demands. But maybe we can get the duchy earlier than that, I hope. So let's see, we can marry off our family members. Let's reset this so that he is our brother and my knight. Can we get a good alliance by marrying you to someone? What about... There's an Irish earldom. And here is just a county, but it's closer. Let's see about... Yeah, because even if he's back in Ireland and won't be... And it will take him a long time to get here if we need his help. At least this size of force will act as a deterrent for others to go to war with us, I hope. So let's marry my brother off to Lasar Fiona, Nick Congelash, Macfinachta. Let's marry him off to this daughter of Chieftain Congelach. And we have some sisters. Who can we marry you off to? We can marry her off to the Prince of France. That is interesting. Because at the moment he doesn't have much. He only has a county. But I think he's the heir to France. Yes, he is. So if we marry off my sister to him, and murder the King of France, then we will have an alliance with the King of France. That would definitely come in handy. So let's do that and see what happens. Even if we don't manage to put Louis the Stammerer here on the throne, he can maybe he will gain some power in some other way. And what about our last sister? She can marry this old man, but he is back in Scotland. What's this? They should be able to get here to help us if we need them, these Slavonians. He has a decent sized force. Yeah, he's probably the best one. Let's get marriages going. We currently own 3 counties here, so we are a strong vassal of the Duke of Gothia. And we are the head of the Catalan culture. We are currently researching city planning, and I think that is good. Yes, it is good, because since I'm going for the détente ending, I think I will play a somewhat tall game. You know, we will increase our power base, become the Duke, and conquer some more lands, but we're not gonna go for a full conquest or anything like that. So we should stay here in Barcelona and play tall game, and then we need cities. Because in my Norse Viking playthrough, that's on the channel on weekdays, hopefully, if this goes to plan, we are more conquerors and land grabbers, or at least we're developing into that sort of playstyle there. So that's that. So let's invite some knights. It will cost us prestige, but we need good fighters. Let's take a look at our council. Here's a bishop. We can't do much with him at the moment. He can improve religious relations. Here's our chancellor. He's a major. He is really the best choice. And here's another major who's Stuart. This one would be better at the job as Stuart. How? But this one is, keep it that way. Here's a baron who is our marshal. There are better choices, but not by much, so let him keep the job. And here is my spy master, our brother. I hope that because he has a high intrigue, so that he likes me. That is good, because otherwise he might have tried to murder me to take my place, and I don't want that. But let's see about having you support schemes and go take a look at King Charles the Bald here. Oh, there's Giselle. No, there she is, Princess Giselle. We in my house called Norse playthrough, we have a lot of interactions with Giselle. You should go check it out if you haven't. She's one of my favorite characters there, or has developed into it during the storytelling parts of that Let's Play. Let's see if we can murder King Charles the Bald. It's not a just thing to do, it says, but on the other hand, we do have a grudge against the French, but the success chance is pretty low, so maybe not. Maybe there's another way to get our sister's husband on the throne. So let's hold off on that for now. And let's have him go back to... Or maybe we should we could force one of these characters here to... If we find... Yeah, let's try to find a secret about him, and if we can get a hook on him, we can force him to join our faction for the duchy. So that's all set up then, I think. We have arranged some marriages. I always seem to do that when I am saying English words with those endings that are s, or even more st. So marriages kind of sound a bit like Gollum. Anyway, and here's the Iberian Struggle. I took a look at it. We're in the opportunity phase. We are gonna try to achieve conciliation as the next phase, because we want the détente ending. That's our goal, and we are gonna go about it in a way that is fitting for our character. So if you want a tutorial or a speedrun, you're not at the right place. We're gonna take our time with this, and it's probably going to take us generations. So I think that we are ready to run the game. The Iberian Struggle. The Iberian Peninsula is in turmoil, a conflict born of its storied past. Outsiders covet the land, and the great Muslim and Christian powers seek to sway its people. But those who live and die on its soil will ultimately determine its fate. I will not let slip my vision for my homeland. By God, House de Barcelona will weather the storm and see my will fulfilled. I am involved in the Iberian struggle. That is what I want. This is a nice picture here. I really endorse the Paradox art team. They have done a good job. Take hold of the fate. So we will. There's some effects for this phase of the struggle. And maybe I would see about, because I am intrigued and curious about this fade here, Mozarabism. It's a descendant of the early Iberian rites. Mozarabic Christianity has maintained a level of independence from Rome due to centuries under Islamic rule. Their long cohabitation with other faiths has made them more accepting of differences than more fundamentalist sects. So that is something I will look into converting to, because it seems more fitting for a house striving to end the struggle by détente, peaceful means. So here is Prince Louis the Stammerer of West Francia. He's now married to my sister. That is great. And here is my wife, Cecile. She accepted my hand in marriage. And here is another one marrying my sister. So we are allied. And here even more allies. That is good. Wedding celebrations. With my marriage to Countess Cecile, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. I don't think there's anything in the king's personality to guide us as to what he would choose. Had he been greedy, he definitely would have collected tribulations, but I think that he is leaning more towards I let my subjects enjoy the festivities without worry or care. We will gain prestige for this. So what did our alliances do to our strength ranking? Well, it looks like we are closing in on, because it says that his military strength is inferior to ours. So we should, with our allies, we could consider taking the duchy already. But then again, it will take them time to get here from Slavonia, Ireland, and up in France. So we should be a bit careful. We are patient. How's our faction? Is anyone joining? No. How can we increase our power base by? Because he hates us here. Can we declare war on him? Yes, we can. We don't have enough piety to do this struggle clash. I have claims on his lands. So does my brothers. So I could put one of my brothers there, but I think that we should see about getting some more faith, and then maybe try to grab both his counties. So let's see about going on a pilgrimage. Yeah. It will cost us 100 gold, which I don't have. But we are gaining piety. Let's run the game and see what happens. Let's take a look at this event. Lost Viking. Struggling and shouting, a large man is dragged before me. He is clearly a Viking raider, the type who has sown chaos in our realm for decades. Please have mercy. My name is Tordor, and I've been living in county of Sardania for years. I was left behind because I was injured. The villagers saved me. They're my family now. The Viking falls to his knees, hoping I'll spare his life. Several peasants confirm his story. So, Tordor Starki, 37, fearless empath. He is scarred and he's shrewd. He's a good fighter. He's good at many things, this Viking here. So what are our options? I recruit him. It will decrease the control. A good act doesn't balance out the bad. You die. Or as you serve the village, you may live for now. You could argue that a just person would go for this, but it can also be just to say that living a good life, having several peasants confirm his story that he's now friends with them and that he's living peacefully there, that he has redeemed himself from the raiding and the bad stuff that he has done, and I like his traits and his abilities, so I will recruit him. He can be my knight. Now he hates me, but why? It's because of cultural acceptance, and he doesn't like Catholicism. There really should be some modifications that because of me sparing his life. Can we find him a spouse? Let's do that. Let's have him marry someone and see, because in my playthroughs I like to get the people around me married so that maybe their lines can continue, which will make for interesting gameplay and storytelling opportunities if they have children and grandchildren and so on. Are there anyone who can give us good inheritable traits? Because I'm always attracted by those. Someone who is not too old. Yeah, let's go with Bourgogne here. She's quick. There might be even better ones, but let's not dawdle on that too long. Oh, my Spy Master hasn't been able to find any secrets, and I don't think there are any. Usually when the game has just started, because here comes this lady here to marry my Viking knight. Oh, my wife, Countess Cecile, is bearing my child. That is great. We must have conceived on the wedding night. Yeah, what I was saying was that have your spy master find the secrets, there need to be secrets, I think. And when the game's just started, this count here hasn't been able to do too many shameful things that we can find out about him. Let's see if we can find something on our leech. Because if we can find some dirt on him, we could use it to make his other vassals think less of him. Far from home. A stranger is brought before me. She has been waiting outside the castle gates for a week. My liege, my guards inform me. The woman bows deeply. My name is Raisa, your highness. I have travelled far and wide and seen many things, but I am weary of the road. If you allow me to stay, I will happily share my knowledge of the world with you and be your loyal servant. So here comes another one who wants to join our court. I could force her to convert and welcome her, or I can say the more the merrier and get a strong hook on her. Well, since we are going for the détente ending and conciliation, I think it would be better if we don't forcefully convert people, but rather try to learn things from people who views the world in a different way to ours. So the more the merrier. I now have a loyalty hook on her, and she is I can learn the Berber language from her. I will have to wait on that until I've hopefully learned Arabic. I could marry her off to one of my knights. Yeah, let's marry her to Bernat here. Because maybe it's good. It could be good for the conciliation ending, I hope, if we get marriages going between people of different faiths. No, it's this bastard. I don't know him from this playthrough, this let's play, but in my Norse Viking House Corp let's play, he has had a huge part, because I have been raiding him and taking all his wives. So it looks like my liege is allied to someone who is, yeah, it is a prince of Brittany who is at war with his king. I've always, since the first time I laid eyes on King Salomon here in my other playthrough, I have disliked him a lot, so let's hope that he loses. But it looks like he's winning, and that my liege is on his side. That's even one more reason to dislike him. No, he's gotten himself allied with the Prince of Italy. That's surely not good. He's not really strong, but anyway. My daughter and heir. Praise St. Bridget, Cecile has given birth to a perfect little daughter. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy. What name would befit such a mighty lady? Ermesenda. Let's go with Elvira. It will be easier for me to call her Elvira. And she is intelligent. I love it. May you grow to be strong and wise, my intelligent daughter Elvira. Very well, you know best. He couldn't find any secrets in Duke Bernard's court. If someone creates a faction for my brother-in-law as the King of France, I will try to join it, but it doesn't look like anyone has done so. Teaching the young. My lord, I think that young Gausfredina could learn a lot if she got the opportunities to study under your tutelage. Baron Hoffrey's daughter rearranges a blouse before waving at us. So here's Gausfredina. She's the daughter of my vassal, Baron Hoffrey. And I could say, sure, I'll educate the girl. Or your daughter, your responsibility. No, I will educate her and get a favor hook on the Baron here. Can we get 100 gold and go on a pilgrimage, I wonder? We should be there soon. Let's get a little bit more so we don't run the risk of going into deficit when on this pilgrimage. Maybe we could go to Santiago de Compostela. Once in real life I didn't do the pilgrimage, but I was on the trail up in the mountains of the Pyrenees. The people's priest. Not a day passes by without suffragan Bishop Berenguer Ramon making a mockery of me during his sermons. That obsessed knave is certain that I am an agent of Satan and will not rest until he has turned the peasantry against me. So it seems like we are developing hostility and rivalry with our bishop. He doesn't like me because I'm vengeful and impious. He's telling the peasants that I'm the agent of Satan. That's surely I'm not the agent of Satan. So I could spend prestige and money to gain piety, and I want piety. Or I could spend prestige and do nothing, or I will gain dread and lose piety. So this first tier is the most appealing to me because I was looking for a way to get more piety so that I could go to war. That's a pious thing to do, right? But is there anything in my personality that will guide me as to what he would choose? He's patient, just, ambitious, and vengeful. So let me make an argument for choosing the option I want to choose. He's a patient man, so he's playing the long game. He's angered that this bishop here has the audacity to call him an agent of Satan and turning the peasantry against him. Definitely, he is vengeful, so he won't forget it. We will try to deal with him one way or the other. But being patient, he thinks that if I please him for now and get in better standing with the church, he will endorse my war against my neighboring Count of Girona here. So I will spend prestige and 50 gold to get piety. That is good. And was that enough to... No, I still need a little bit more. Another perk for my martial lifestyle is good. I like this gallant tree here. It appeals to me for many reasons. Knights are good in the early game especially. And I like being chivalrous. So let's take a look at this bishop here. Why you hate me? The game doesn't like me murdering people because I'm just. Well, what about just rightful murders? Here is my liege. wanting to educate my daughter at his court, I will decline. We are monitoring the situation here. Learn language. Crow's feet. My precious Arabic notes are scattered all over my study, and the ink-soaked raven is still flapping its wings all over. How did this even get here? How did it even get in here? Who covered it in ink? A letter for you, my count. I turn around and snatch the message out of my servant's hand. A real shame what happened to your notes, but look on the bright side. Your writing was already similar to Crow's feet. Regards, Count Sunia. So, my cousin and rival, Count Sunia. Oh, he's the one I'm aiming to go to war at. Has messed up my notes. So I could lose stress by start a murder scheme against him, but I will also gain stress. Or I could pretty much do nothing. In either case, my language scheme loses progress. But now let's play into my vengeful nature here and try to murder my rival. Let's have my spy master assist in this scheme. Support scheme. I have a very high chance of murdering him, in which case his little daughter will inherit. She's from my house as well. Well, let's see how that plays out. Oh, the bishop joined in my scheme. Oh, his bishop joined in my scheme to murder him. That is good. It takes time to learn a language, which is as it should be. Oh, my wife is pregnant again. Scheme discover. The existence of my plot to murder Count Sunier has been discovered. While my involvement is not yet known, this will make it a lot more difficult to bring my plans to fruition. Curses. This. Can I invite some more people to increase the chances of success? His wife. Oh, it's too expensive. Let's abandon this plot. I will get my revenge on him when I take his lands, which I will do as soon as I have gathered the piety needed for it. Now my liege took my place as culture head because he converted to Catalan culture. If you think that will save you from my vengeance, you are in the wrong. Or here's Cecilia, my second daughter. She is also intelligent. May you grow to be strong and wise, my daughter. I have two daughters, Elvira and Cecilia the Barcelona. The Barcelona. In the name of the divine, following the death sentence of a lowly thief, I asked my ward Geofré what she thought. She expressed doubts about whether any god could want a realm to be ruled by such horse law. I could make her cynical, or I could make her temperate. I think that being just, Count Geofré here, he believes in justice. Not necessarily God's justice, perhaps, but let's make her temperate. Lost in thought. My daughter and heir Elvira is an unusually calm child. When the others play their wild games, Elvira often withdraws to some silent corner. She does not speak a lot, but I can tell she's always thinking about something. I wonder what's on her mind. she gains the trait pensive, which is good for her learning and stewardship. Maybe I should see about educating my daughter here. Let's have her on a learning education. And let's educate her myself. So at the moment, hostility is the leading fates. Conciliation is what we strive for. To achieve conciliation, there are several things we can do. We can convert cultures and we can become friends. Yeah. There are a lot of things we can do, but I don't think we're in the position at the moment to do them. We need to become a more important player in the struggle first. And we're gonna do that by conquering us some lands and becoming the Duke. Here's another perk. I will go with chivalric dominance to increase the effectiveness of my knights. We're almost there. I think we need 165 piety to declare this war. Band of Lost Birds. A wounded and disillusioned mercenary group has arrived at the county of Valkel. The locals claim to have overheard talk of settling down after pillaging an easy target and have begun to grow anxious. Tensions are high and conflict is likely to rise if I do not intervene in the matter. So there I am, and here is Bernard Amat, a wanderer. He is one of the mercenaries. So I could offer them a position at the city garrison, cost me 50 gold, and it will give me some. It will make it cheaper for me to hire mercenaries. Or I could implore them to leave a diplomacy challenge, which I will have a 30% chance of failing. Or I could force them out of the city, which will be a martial challenge, which I will have a 100% chance of succeeding with. It will give me gold and prestige. No, I will force them out of the city. Don't come here and cause troubles in the county of Urkel. The local garrison used elite tactics, that's surely good. And just a couple of months more. Oh, learn language. The lore of poetry. Violet Sharba by the Lake by Kamran of Juvair. That's the poem, I suppose, or the book. Yes, truly a great collection of Arabic poetry. Violet Sharba by the Lake by Kamran of Juvair. Yeah, the title is Violet Sharba by the Lake and the author is Kamran of Juvair. Who is he? Is this him? No, that's the guy I'm learning Arabic from, I think. Anyway, here's the poem, Time of Heritage. The mightiest men must leave this earth, no matter what realms they have given birth. 'Tis rare enough for men to admit that all they leave behind is shit. Perhaps I should try my hand at poetry too. Thinks I, the Count. So I could try. It will be a learning challenge that might give me the trait poet. Or maybe I should recite a romantic poem for Cecile, which will increase her opinion of me. Or, no, I'm studying, I do not have time for frivolous activities. And it will increase the chance of me learning Arabic. Well, I, the player, I'm surely attracted by being a poet. I am one with my Viking ruler in my other Let's Play on this channel. So But so let's not do that with this man. Let us have him go down a different path. And also, he is ambitious and he's patient. So he will focus on his studies, because knowing Arabic will definitely further his ambitions. Poetry, not so much so. It's good bonuses, but no, I'm studying. I'm learning Arabic now. Don't bother me with this foolish nonsense. Just one more month, I think. Come on. It's December, and we have 166 piety. You know what that means, dear cousin? You know what that means, Count Sunier of Girona. It means that you will live to regret the day when you made a mess of my notes while I was studying Arabic. You let a crow into my study, and also you hold lands that are rightfully mine. I am a pious count. You hold these lands, they should be mine, right? How much land? I have room for one more holding. So I will declare this war on my cousin Count Sunier and get revenge for when he disturbed my studies, and get what is rightfully mine. And I will do that at the beginning of the next episode, which will be uploaded tomorrow. And as I said in the beginning of this episode, I am going back to work now after my summer holidays, and considering whether to continue with this YouTube channel and this content creation of roleplay and storytelling in Crusader Kings 3. I am enjoying it, but I have a full-time job and this takes time. So if you are watching, and if you are enjoying, and if you would like to encourage me to continue and do more, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to my channel. Some signs of appreciation and the knowledge that someone is watching this is definitely an encouragement for me, so consider it. Thank you for watching. I hope I'll see you tomorrow when we conquer Count Sunier. Bye for now.